So for your notes copy, I know the camera is not turned up, I'll turn it now. So to change a fraction or a decimal into a percentage. Per what you do, right? What's the rule? Multiply by how to turn anything into a percentage. Multiply, what does percent mean? Percent, cent is a clue. What does it mean? Out of 100. So if you want to turn anything into a percentage, you multiply by 100. So the magic number is 100. Okay? So if you want 3/4, use the fraction button in your calculator. You all know where that is? Do it. Get out your calculators and do it. Multiply, turn it into a percentage, you multiply by 100. What you get? 75%. Okay? Same with if you have a decimal. If you 0.23, how do you turn a decimal into a fraction? You multiply it by 100 into the calculator with that, and your answer is 23%. Okay? I will just do one more. 5/8. How do you turn it into a percentage? Multiply by 100 into the calculator. Tell me your answer. As a decimal. %62.5%. Is that okay? So you did all that in first year, I'm just reminding you. Okay. Are we good? Right, the next one is changing percentages to fractions or decimals. So to go back the other way. Can I move this up if I cut anyone off? For example, 25%. Right, So if I said you got 25% in your maths test, after you finish crying, you would say, that means I got what? 25 out of 100. So you write 25% as 25 out of 100. Put that into your calculator and press equals. What have you got? As a fraction, what is it? A quarter. And then you press S to D, you know that button? S to D. You know that button? And it'll turn it into a decimal for you, and it's 0.25. Is that okay? Right. If I said you got 82.5%, how will I write that? How will I write it? 82, and it's easier to turn the half into a 0.5, yeah? So 82.5 all over 100 into the calculator with that and press equals. Tell me what you get. What you get? I can't hear. Something over 40. 33 over 40. Thank you. Right, so that's it as a fraction. But if the question said turn it to a decimal, right, you press S to D, and that would be 0.825. Is that right? So that's how you turn your fractions or decimals into percentages. Or sorry, your percentages into fractions or decimals, the other way around. Right, we'll just do one more. So I'll do 12.5%. So the easiest way to write that is 12 what? 12.5 over 100. Into your calculator with that, press equals, and you'll get 1/8. And then you press S to D if you want it as a decimal. So S to D if you want it as a decimal, and you'll get 0.125. Is that okay? Right. One more thing new for today is finding a percentage. Finding percentage of a quantity. Right. Find 25% of 40. Okay, so this is how you do it in your calculator. Okay, you all look up 25%. What does 25% mean? 25 out of 100. Is that okay? Now you can't put the word of into your calculator, but anytime you see the word of, what sign do they mean? Multiplied by. So you do 25 over 100 multiplied by 40 into the calculator with that and press equals. Now just be careful to get the cursor, you know, when you put the 25 over 100, the cursor is flashing underneath the line. You need to use, you know, the arrows. You know, these arrows, you need to use the over arrow to get it out from underneath the line, so it goes up top. Okay, into the calculator with that and press equals and tell me what you get. 10? Right, okay. So then find 80% of 75. So how will I write 80% for my calculator? 80 out of 100. How will I write the word of multiplied by 75 into the calculator with that, press equals, and you should get 60. 60. Be good with that. And finally we'll do one more. Find 65% of 120 euros. So I put in a euro sign, right? Okay, but that obviously doesn't make a difference. So it's 65 over 100 of means we multiply by 120 into the calculator with that and press equals. 78. Are we good with that? Okay. Right, okay, we're still on this section, okay, but we're going to increase numbers, right, etc., decrease numbers. So increasing or decreasing right, okay, so increase, so number one, increase $90 by 10%. Sorry, by 10%. So I'm making it bigger or smaller? Bigger. I'm increasing it, so I'm making it bigger. Okay, so what I have to do is get 10% of 90 and add it on, right? So 10% of 90 is what I have to get. We've just figured out how to do that. How I do 10% of 90? I do 10 over 100 multiplied by 90, right? Okay, and the answer is 9. Okay, now I'm not finished, so there's an extra bit in this question because I have to increase 90 by 10%. So I just figured out 10% is 9. So what have I to do with that 9? Add it on. So you get 90 plus 9 equals 99. That's your answer. Is that okay? Number 2, decrease what did I say? Decrease 80 by 5%. Okay, so what have I to do first, girls? First off, am I making it bigger or smaller? Smaller. So I have to get 5% of it first. So I have to get 5% of 80 to start with. Okay, so how do I write 5%? How do I write that? 5 over 100 of means I multiply by and multiply by 80 into the calculator with that, and you'll end up with 4. Is that okay? So then I'm not finished, there's an extra bit in these ones. I have to decrease 80 by 4. So what do I do with the 80? 80, take away 4, because it says decrease this time, and that would be 76. Okay? How do we feel about them? Easy enough? Yeah? Are we okay? Yes. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do page I'm going to put up questions from the first year book based on these, because there isn't a lot of examples in the second year book, and then we'll move on to all the second year stuff tomorrow. I just want to make sure you're good with these, okay? So okay, I'm doing this whole page here. So this is what you're doing. I'm putting up a page and you're doing the whole page. Right, okay, so ye are second years. Okay, that should be gone up there. So there's 1 to 7 is on the page, so the whole page. Is that all right? Okay, any questions, give me a shout and you can get working on those.